my third time trying to film this. What's up, you guys? It's Drew, and this week I want to talk about what's been going on in my life, and yeah. So, as some of you may know, if you follow me on Instagram or you're friends with me on Facebook, I posted about a week ago now that I lost my job. I was laid off due to my position being dissolved at the company I was at. Nonetheless, getting fired doesn't feel good. I've never been fired in my life until now, so it's been an interesting roller coaster of emotions. Of course, I panicked, like logistically, how am I gonna pay my bills? How am I gonna provide for me and my wife and our animals? And yeah, so it provoked a lot of feelings of not good enoughness. I posted something yesterday on Instagram kind of talking about that a little bit. And I've really just used this as an opportunity for self-care, self-love, self-compassion, and really just treating myself like I would a friend, which is something my therapist had already been talking to me about before this happened. And then this just getting laid off was kind of like, so how are you treating yourself? And I was like, I'm not really, because this is hard. And she was just kind of like, well, it sounds like you need to treat yourself like a friend. And so I accepted that challenge and have been trying really hard to treat myself kindly and compassionately and give myself space to process and decide what I want for my future, which is super exciting but also terrifying, especially when it wasn't necessarily on my terms. I wouldn't have left Upsource not having another job, but here I am laid off without another job. So it is what it is. I'm not mad. I'm happy. I feel really good about it, which I know is a weird thing to say, but I just generally feel like this is the push I need to launch into the next big thing in my life. And I don't even know what that is. I don't know if that's just a different job where my tasks are a little bit different or more challenging, or I just have more tasks, or I get to have even more of a leadership role, or whatever that looks like. I don't even know right now. But I've taken this last week to take things slow. I did things like filed for unemployment and started looking for jobs and even had an interview this week. But I've, for the most part, taken this week to just process. I've never been fired before for any reason. I have always quit my jobs because I went to school, or I changed my major in school and it made more sense to have this other job, or like that kind of stuff. I didn't change my major. I changed the focus of my major, but same difference. Or just like it was an internship that only lasted the summer, things like that. I've never been let go from a job though. It's always been on my terms, so it's brought up a lot of emotions for me. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know the week prior, I think it was the week prior, maybe two, I posted about feeling really shitty, for lack of better terms, mentally. And trigger warning, I'm going to talk about suicide. I was feeling suicidal, but not in like a I want to go do the thing sort of way. It was just kind of casual. And that's how I described it to my therapist. That's how I described it to myself. And what being casually suicidal meant to me was seeing something like a car accident and thinking, wow, I wish I would have been in that car accident, as opposed to, that looks like a really bad accident, I hope nobody got hurt. Or if they did get hurt, I hope they got the help they needed. But anyway, so that was like the week prior, and then I get laid off, and so I think a lot of people are like, oh no, is he okay? And no one, people have asked me like how I'm doing with the layoff in particular, but no one's really asked me like, are you okay mentally, besides my wife and my therapist, but they're constantly checking in with me mentally, so it's kind of their jobs. I kind of wanted to address that because I feel like it's something people are probably worried about if they had seen that kind of series of events right in a row. And yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. I feel good and optimistic and excited about the future. I am also terrified of right now, and how, I don't know when I'm going to get another job. I don't know how much I'm going to make at that job. I don't know when I'll start that job. There's a lot of I don't knows. And so that's scary for sure, just because we got to pay our bills, obviously. But, we're really, really lucky, and both my parents and my in-laws have offered to help us however they possibly can, if that's what it comes to. So, we're really lucky and blessed in that sense, and very, very thankful. But that doesn't take away the fear necessarily, because I also just don't want to have to ask our parents for help. But that's a pride thing, and I have to work through that and just set my pride aside if that's what it comes to. But fingers crossed that's not the case. I had a really good interview this past week, so really hoping that goes well and I move on to the next round and just keep going and get that job. So that'd be awesome. But yeah, so I really just want to make this video as hey, these things happened, but I'm okay. I'm fine. I am waking up with a different view on the world, I feel like. I'm definitely stressed not having a job. I'm also kind of bored not having a job. I'm not one to just lay around and do nothing. But that's kind of what I took the last week to do, besides, a couple of things I had to do. Scheduled appointments before my benefits end, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I really just wanted to do a check-in video. I hadn't done a YouTube video about where I was at mentally because I didn't really want to. I felt like I talked about it enough on my Instagram, and that was all real and in the moment for the most part. I didn't want an edited version of that. That was just how I felt in that moment, and now that it was on my story and now it's gone. So yeah, I just want to make this video to check in with myself mentally and just let y'all know kind of what's been going on and where I'm at. I appreciate any thoughts, prayers, whatever, good vibes sent, whatever you believe in, for finding my next job. I'm really excited to, find a company that I can grow with and flourish with and launch me into this next chapter of my life. It does feel like a really pivotal moment in my life. Been married for 6 months this month. I'll be 25 in March, and I just lost my stable job. So yeah, it feels like a pivotal time. Feels like my time to put myself first in a lot of ways, and decide what I want in my future. And obviously that includes my wife as well and our future family and whatever. But yeah, so I'm just really focusing on myself and what I want, and applying to jobs that fit that, and hoping for the best, giving it my all. So yeah, this has been a really rambly video. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to say in it, so yeah, sorry, it's a little bit unorganized, but there you go. Yeah, so if you have any questions about what's been going on, or whatever questions you want to ask about my mental health in general, tips, advice, all that kind of stuff, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or leave a comment. Also, if you have video ideas, please leave them below. I have some time on my hands right now, so I'm going to be hopefully making and editing some videos and getting those scheduled to publish over the next couple weeks, maybe even months, depending on how motivated I am. So yeah, that's all I have for this week. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.